What's going on, people? Welcome to the Central Club. This episode is brought to you by Re-Inspire Printing and Weekend Offender. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the club, and hit the bell button to be notified of future content. Okay, so today we've got our official first. Saying that, we did do a professional footballer from this area. Shout out to John Hartson. But we got a true Jack today, a real Jack. I'm really excited to have this guest on and have a conversation with him. Been following him for quite some time. His name is Richard Jones, but you might know him for... Oi, oi, old tickety tick tick tock. It's KEANO.
Oi, oi, the old Tik Tok. Yeah, right, old KEANO, yeah. How are you, mate? You right?
Yeah, mate. What's happening?
Well, I'm all right. Feeling a little bit better now. Obviously, I was in hospital on Monday, had an heart attack. Obviously, I put a post up and I was able to speak because my phone went a bit wild. But I was away with a load of the guys on tour, Bream Bulldogs, up the mighty Bream Bulldogs. Had an absolute amazing time. We did. We went to watch St. Helens. We got absolutely fucking hammered, 20-0, but we still had a good weekend. And on the way back on the coach, I was feeling right, legs are going a bit. When I got home, kind of thing, I was driving home, I was blacking out, like pulled over, laid down. When I got home, I kind of collapsed from my door, kind of had an heart attack. And obviously got taken to hospital. Just want to say, by the way, the NHS are fantastic. I don't know about everyone else. The country's fucked mine because it was just carnage. It was like something like Zombie Nation. We were all like laying in the aisles or on the chairs. But yeah, they were fantastic when they did get to see me. But I was supposed to stay in till Friday. They wanted me to stay in. I said, "Can I go home? I'll just lay in bed with my dogs. I'll relax. I'll chill out." So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going back tomorrow morning. I'm going to have a temporary heart monitor put in. And I go back there Monday to have a heart monitor put inside. So that's it really, mate.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for coming. Glad you're here. Glad you're in good health. When you told me, I was fucking, really concerned. So, you're looking well. You got the Cardiff, you drove those 40 miles, so you're doing...
Yeah, well, it's one of them things, right? I know people say, the content I do on TikTok, but it's just one of them things. I only do what everybody else does on the weekend. They just can't document it because they'll probably lose their jobs. But I'm just one of the boys. I'm just one of the boys who'll go down the pub, have a good time, and just enjoy life. I think that's what everyone's like. They just can't document it because they'll get fucking sacked.
Yeah, and I think we're going to talk a lot about this because, the times we're living in, you've got to be careful, you say.
Well, you can't say fuck off.
Yeah, so we'll try and toe the line, but try and be as honest as possible.
Yeah, no problem.
And it's something that Stephen French said, our first guest in here. Telling the truth these days, right, as much as it's bad, it's like telling the clock, the time.
That's true, mate.
It's wrong when it's not. And quickly, you just said 20-0. I hope this was rugby, not football. I know you Swansea lads are not the greatest.
Well, to be honest with you, I'll be honest as a Jack, we're not going through great times, but big game on Sunday, and I think we'll do 2-0, so we'll see it.
Well, this will be out. I'm assuming this will be out after that, so, that's a good prediction. I'll hold you to that.
I'm going to put money on 2-0 anyway. I don't know the goal scorers, but I'll be in the stand.
Yeah.
I'll be in the stand with my terrace cult flag with the Jacks on Sunday, and I'm praying it's going to be 2-0. And I'll be honest to all you Cardiff boys, when we played you last season at your place, you absolutely fucking schooled us. It fucking hurt me really bad. And when you come down to us, then
you scored.
I honestly thought we were going to get beat. I weren't looking forward to the game.
Yeah.
And the first half, I was like, "Fuck me, this is like fucking Brazil, Swansea." And then obviously we done you that time, but the way you guys were playing before that, 'cause he was looking like if he was going to make it into the playoffs, and I honestly thought he was, because beginning of the season, you started off poor. You were coming on strong, and then obviously Swansea City burst your bubble.
Yeah,
but
it was. That was him, mate. I'm telling you. We were doing really well.
And the thing is, some people are fucking biased about football. I just see it as I am. Obviously, I'd love Cardiff to be in non-league, but that'll never happen. But at the same time, we live for the fucking derbies, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, so it's good in one way. And like you said, ever since I started kind of doing social media, I didn't realise I had a lot of respect for Cardiff boys. And every time I come up here and I meet someone, especially the youngsters in raves and clubs, and they're fucking good boys, like, you know.
Yeah.
We put the football to the side and we just all in ones, and we have a fucking good time. We have rippers, let me tell you.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. I agree. And I think what I'll do is I'll go with what I want it to be. You know, I'd like it to be a 1-0, 2-0 game, but I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Okay.
Just to play it a bit fair, like, you know. But yeah, you're right, mate. I love the rivalry. And I think, right, if anyone wants to call me up on this different, but this is the first ever podcast in history, King. You got us Jack.
Yeah.
And a Bluebird.
It was a pleasure to meet you, my friend.
It's a pleasure to meet you. It's a pleasure to do this.
And whatever happens on Sunday, if we beat you, I'll be saying, get up, you cunt. And like you say, it's Chopra messaged me the last time that he beat us. And then they had a cheeky message off fucking Trevor Sinclair as well, saying, get it up, you. I was like, what?
Yeah, because they knows, innit? He played for us for a bit, didn't he?
Yeah, he came down on loan, yeah.
We had it was mad when we had that, like Jimmy Floyd, Hasselbank. I was saying earlier, Hasselbank, Fowler, Sinclair.
Can I just ask?
Leo Fortune West.
No, like me being Swansea, being Cardiff, what's like your opinion? No, like when I was younger, like obviously things change as you get older. When I was younger, so all I ever wanted was a good cup run. Obviously you boys won the cup, you know.
You've got them square flags anyway.
As you see on Twin Town. But to me, you know, like, you know, some of my friends, like the owner of Cult, he's Man City, and he was there at the beginning, like, and now they're fantastic, you know, but that's all I ever want. I love that cup run. No, like years ago, you just used to be on normal TV and you'd have the FA Cup on and it'd be, fuck, who have we got in the next round? And then as a Jack and a Cardiff fan, it was like, you'd always field a strong team and you'd have a good cup run, and it was like Swansea would never it's fucking heartbreaking because we're never going to win massive titles. But then that's all I want is a good cup run with the boys, like, you know, something to fucking remember.
Yeah.
And I'm just praying this season now we field a strong side and we get somewhere in the cup, you know?
Yeah, well, I will say I feel like the FA Cup isn't what it used to be.
No.
I remember those Sundays, those second round replays, you know, they were special. And I think it was special to me because I went to the Leeds, Cardiff, 2001. You know, my dad was a Liverpool fan, so, you know, Robbie Fowler leaving to go to Leeds anyway it was massive news. Fowler's going to Leeds.
That's massive.
You know, and then, you know, my dad would take me on a weekday and we go and watch Brentford fucking Cardiff in Division 3, and we'd be playing two-touch with a can of Coke on the Bob Bank with 500 people there. Do you know what I mean? And we said, another goal, you know, we were losing 4-1. You know, I loved those nights, but when we went to that FA Cup draw, Leeds were dominant. Yeah. O'Leary was the manager. You had Viduka, Bowyer, Woodgate, Ferdinand. You had Martin O'Neill. Not Martin O'Neill. What was the goalkeeper? Nigel Martin. Nigel Martin.
You've had some good players in the past, some classic.
Well, that's who they had, didn't it? Leeds, and Leeds were on fire. But back then, even then, I think we were Division 2 or 1, but Ernie was just starting on fire. We had Graham Kavanagh in the middle. It was just class.
I remember a good cup moment. Obviously, I'm a Margam boy originally, so most of the people down at Talbot support Cardiff anyway. And then you've got a small group of us that obviously supported Swansea down there.
Yeah.
And Nathan Blake stands out,
Blakey,
obviously, back in the day. for you boys,
Well,
as a Swansea fan, you know.
It's mad. People, we done the round table with the lads, and I had to laugh because I remember the chants as a little kid. Obviously, the Newport boy Nathan Blake and his brother Jason Weir and our serious guy, like, yeah. But the Cardiff fans, because they got done for nicking fruit machines.
Okay.
So they used to say he's black, he's mean, he robs the fruit machine, Nathan Blake. And like he was like, yeah, he loved it. He didn't fucking love it. I thought he fucking hated it. I was like,
he loved it.
He went, he's black. He went, what are you saying? He went, he loved it. He went, he didn't fucking love it at all. Like, you know.
It's the same now. Like we talk about Swansea in Cardiff, it's like Bellamy. I had on TikTok, I had so many Cardiff people message me, what's your thoughts on like Bellamy becoming Wales manager? And I always thought he was a great football player anyway. And the problem is, it doesn't matter who manages the country because you can't pick your fucking players. You can only pick them who plays for your country. But I think what Bellamy gives Wales is that kick up the fucking ass that they need to.
No nonsense.
To take no shit and just go for it. And, you know, we're only a small nation compared to like England, who can pick fucking world-class players. We've got to dig down deep and, you know, like
we've got to find people who are like second cousins, dogs, babies.
Yeah, exactly. But
Istanbul,
you know, I just think Bellamy will be there. Everybody knows his history. He knows he's fiery. Don't take any shit. I'm just praying that, you know, we get to a tournament with him. And being a Swansea fan, I'm sure there's loads of Jacks that's going to get behind, you know, Wales as well. Because
I hope so, mate. Yeah.
I know a load of Cardiff people call us fucking anti-fucking British or vice versa.
No, you're British with the Union Jacks.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a lot of Wales at Cardiff, like they wouldn't have the Union. I've never seen a Union Jack down the City Ground, to be fair. I think more of them would be more on the Celtic side because of just eating the English. Quickly about saying about the Bellamy being a Swansea. Listen, I've interviewed Drakeford 3 times. I can't stand Mark Drakeford, but I still love my country. I still want it to do well, you know. And yeah, it is pathetic. But I'll tell you something now. Like, you know, when first got promoted with Brendan Rodgers, you know, so some of the Cardiff fans will be like, what you want about? They'll disagree with this, but I was happy. Like, obviously, I was devastated Cardiff and not going in, but I was just happy that a Welsh team were going in the Premier League. You know, if I had the choice, I'd take fucking Wrexham, TNS, and bang it to the Premier League with me as well. I want Welsh people representing.
Well, to be fair, but I've got to realise I wouldn't mind being on the Wrexham bandwagon right now.
Oh, mate, they're living the life right now.
Imagine that.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
I'm like, why won't some fuckers, we got them Yanks down there and they're fucking awful. Why can't someone dive in and do what they do with Wrexham to like Swansea or even Cardiff?
Well, and obviously Wrexham are in the leagues, but like, let's talk size now, and not to disrespect them at all. Let's just look at size of the town and the club and the stadium. It's like fucking some Hollywood stars taking over Bridgend FC or Merthyr. Like, do you know what I mean? The buzz must be immense.
Have you been down to Wrexham since?
I was in there. I got photos. I put it up. I got some photos. I was in the bar. Me and my boss Tommy. He's from Connecticut.
It's fucking nuts, and it was like obviously I'd been around America a few times on holidays and stuff, and it was just like being in America when I went in there. Yeah, it was. They
have all the Yanks going over there.
Yeah,
like
it's like I walked into the bar. Everyone's got like fucking like cowboy hats on and everything like that, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Have you Deadpool new film out now? I think it's the one with the Wolverine. They've got Welsh Pool in it. They got a guy with a Welsh flag.
Have they?
Yeah, it was the captain. Who's the captain? Brilliant. Welsh Pool, he's called.
So I've never even seen Deadpool. If you've seen it's worth a watch.
You fucking it's raw. It's like The Boys in a way. You've watched The Boys?
Yeah.
It's fucking mad.
When I watch stuff, it's not me documentaries or fucking murder things. I just love a good fucking murder.
Well, I'm the same. You know, if I read a book, people go, "You into fiction?" Well, nah. If I want to read a book, I'm going to read something that's going to teach me something about history or learn. I don't want to read nonsense. Like, I know it's nice to escape, I suppose.
Yeah, but I will say I enjoyed Lord of the Rings, mind.
Class.
I watched them all.
Oh, you Frodo, don't you?
Yeah, I think he's a little bit taller than me, you know.
Bilbo.
Yeah,
no, Lord of the Rings is class. Like, yeah, come on, I love Harry Potter and stuff, but I just mean if I'm watching documentaries or reading a book, I want to read something that I'm going to learn from, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Deadpool's brilliant, and it's the same outfit, innit? Welsh pool, it's the same. It's the outfit, but he got like a fucking Welsh flag there, and it's the captain of Wrexham playing it.
Is it
playing the guy?
Fucking hell!
Brilliant, isn't it?
That's a good. Mate, this is unbelievable. To be a Wrexham fan, you can go anywhere in the world now, and people will obviously recognise it.
And then you got Newport County.
Yeah. The problem is, right, when I used to work away years ago, after I left like the forces and stuff, I always took like a Swansea shirt with me, because even though I'm a Swansea fan, I haven't like been a, how do you call it, like a loyal fan, because I can't go to the game because I've always worked abroad and stuff like that. But everywhere I used to go, obviously Cardiff were always doing better than Swansea years ago. And then all of a sudden when we got promoted, we were in the Premier League and I'd wear a Swansea top somewhere. Like when I was working in Scotland, he called me a glory hunter. I think, how the fuck can I be a glory hunter? Oh, you be good, Jack. You're a glory. I think, well, we won then. But that's just the way it was, like, you know.
Well, that's who you support anyway.
But,
like, I get
it's just part and parcel. I think any person who works away carries a local jersey with them. You've got to, haven't you?
Well, for this question, you know, right, do you think Cardiff and Swansea, or Cardiff or Swansea, are sleeping giants?
On the day, we can beat anyone. We proved that in the Premier League. But, you know, well...
I mean, in the terms of being like household Premier League teams, should they be?
I think, like, you boys went up and went straight back down, and obviously you've been up again kind of thing. But, you know, we had a long old stint in the Premier League. And to be fair, we held our own in there for quite a while. And it was 1 or 2 years where we thought we got relegated, but we stayed up. But we held our own. That was probably some of the best memories I've got.
Yeah.
You know, and the likes of Trundle, Robinson, and Danny Graham are probably personal favourites. I go with Rangel and De Vries, but, you know, Michu,
I was going to say, was class.
And people, that's their generation. But, you know, you're talking from, I'm 44 now, so I'm talking about people I like, you know, Appleby and Freestone, you know, stuff I kind of grew up. Everyone will have their own favourite players for what they like, but you can't say the Swansea side that was in a Premier League that won a cup ain't a good team. It was good.
I think what I'm saying is, and was it Tanner who said then? We had a lot of Jacks laughing and I like, but yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like, you know, Swansea were up there for 7 years. Cardiff did it twice, but they went straight back down. It was like there was no ambition there. But in terms of like the size of our cities, you know, it's our second city, Swansea, Cardiff being the capital. When you got the likes of Bournemouth and Brighton and these teams, you know, there's other teams like within the Premier League, you know, Bolton, Wigan, Burn, you know, these are small little towns, yeah, right, and they're there, like, you know, they've been there for ages, you know. All right, Burnley's been up and down, they're back down now. But I just think, why, if it was the other way round, if it was Scotland, they had Scottish teams in the Premier League. Mark my words, Celtic and Rangers, even though they probably ain't now, but Celtic and Rangers would make sure that they were in the Premier League constantly, like a mid-team table.
We get that conversation all the time to me. It's like when Swansea were in the Premier League, or even Cardiff, you get that thing saying, you know, you're not even fucking English, why you in the English Premier League? And then, you know, I got loads of Scottish mates. Obviously, some people know I'm a Rangers fan. You know, I don't support them for religion. My stepdad was a Rangers fan, so I've always kind of had the shirts. And I like the players. There's nothing to do with religion for me, because I've got a lot of friends up in Glasgow. I used to stay in Postle Park, so all the Ouija's know what Postle Park is all about. And they say if they come to the Premier League, they'd win it. Personally,
I don't think they would. I think they'd be like Stoke. You know?
Personally, I don't think they'd be good enough to. I think they'd bottom.
Who said they would win it? Celtic or Rangers?
Well, whoever you speak to after a good drink, really. You know, I don't want to be slating anyone, because, like I said, I've had some great times. I've gone to watch Celtic, and I've gone to watch Rangers many times. Like when I've been up that way. And
well, saying that, like, you know, they are
not
massive.
about the money, like.
Yeah, I know, but Celtic is a massive club, and who knows if they did, they probably put more money in it to make sure that they were competing at the top. Do you know what I mean?
Like I went into my local bookies this morning, like you see my actor earlier. I went into my local bookies, and I will see that there's the old Celtic boy in there. You know, all right, KEANO lad, he said, fuck me, he said, see, you need to come over to old Celtic. We saved you from dying the other day. And then we just having a banter. And he was like, he was just saying how he thinks that Brendan Rodgers is creating some sort of side to stay in Europe. And I said, well, he was talking how bad Rangers have gone over the years. And I'm like, well, it is what it is. But, like I said...
He's trying to groom you to support Celtic.
Trying to groom me to support Celtic, I think, yeah. I think I might look nice and green or something, but... you can't help who you support.
You do look like a Celtic fan, like.
I look fuck all like a Celtic fan. But at the end of the day, you can't help who you support. Coming from Talbot, from like Margam, it's just all Cardiff boys down there. And, like I said, I spoke to a load of them today because I'm going to Carl Cox on Saturday now. And with a load of like my mates who are Cardiff, but people travelling down from Newcastle, but I don't mind, like, the banter's great now. Like, years ago, it wouldn't stand, but now, as we get older, I think we just passed all that bullshit.
I also think, like, just the way the hooligan terrorist culture has died down from CCTV, arrests, all that, they've really clamped down on it. It just naturally gets soft, and, do you know what I mean? It's just a game now. It's not just, do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't even say it's a game anymore. I
miss it.
I absolutely love football, but like I say, loads of people that know me know that I can't call myself an hooligan because I'm not, for a start. Secondly, all the diehard Jacks, they over in the east, but whenever I've come home, I've always taken like my nephews to the game, or I've gone up in the stands because I know people. So I think football itself in stadiums. I went to watch Man United with one of my mates not so long ago. Fuck me, it was more atmosphere in the Swansea ground than Man United, and I'm not slating United. It was just, I might...
That's how they're designed. No, it's how they're designed.
And it was just some foreign guy fucking eating nuts and spitting them on the floor. And my mate said to me, I'm going to stick your head in our cunt now. And I said,
what's he doing?
He's about 60 years old, but he's foreign. And then the rest of Old Trafford, wearing turbans, and it's like...
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
It's like, mad. I understand you're a worldwide club, but like you said to yourself, the atmosphere's gone, but, the good thing that I do enjoy when I go and watch Swansea, when I am over the other side, is, we still got the guys on the drums in the corner chanting, and you need that. But then when you stand up in games now, they tell you to fucking sit down.
Yeah, in Cardiff, they try to just stand up and just say, listen, and they go, can you sit down, please? Fuck off. Go in the family stand if you want to sit down. But one thing I like about Swansea that Cardiff haven't got, because they've just sucked all the atmosphere out of it, right? You've got the stand that's next to the away fans. You've got the little bit. In Cardiff, they've got the family stand next to the away fans, yeah? So not only, and then the Canton stand where the boys started to drift to next to the away, they had like one tier, a block of seats gap. They've took it to like 4 now. So not only are you losing money on tickets, but you're putting them further away. And then you've got fucking Millwall, which even their scarfers are fucking psychopaths, yeah, right? Yeah. You've got Millwall there, yeah, and fucking Jenny, the fucking, because this is what it is, the soccer mom with fucking her 4 kids who were just there with their fucking vuvuzelas getting hurled abuse at. So it's not fair on the family stand people getting slammed by the... No. It's just dead, it's dead.
Yeah, maybe they should have just one section, like you say, of the family stand, and then you got the other side.
The family stand away from the away fans.
Yeah.
I just... basically, right... They talk about, we got CCTV now, we can pick anyone out. They say they can pick people out for fucking pulling Emiliano Sala. Someone got done for doing that and he was in a crowd, yeah? You get done for doing monkey chants, yeah? So why can't you just stick the away fans next to the home fans and just pick them out if they do anything wrong?
But we know now, this day and age, everything's fucked. Like you say, just the country's fucked in general, and so...
Yeah, well... We could talk about that in a minute. Let's give a bit of a... Yeah. Well, you like the football, don't you? Like a bit of the football.
Talk about anything.
Where do you think Swansea are going to finish in this season?
Fucking hell. Someone posted me on Twitter at the beginning of the season because I slated we were signing Eon, and I think we should have been signing better players, but...
Eon?
Yeah, it's like the little... But what's frustrating to me is... as a Swansea fan or any person that supports a lower league club is people get excited for transfer deadline day. What the fuck have we got to get excited for? Nothing. Is it? We get nothing. And then that's all I've seen all fucking over the summer is people leaving the club and no cunt coming in. So when I made a rant, which, you know, on a TikTok about fucking hell, we sign in when we fucking go, you know, it's as a joke. Obviously some people take it seriously, but some of these people are like fucking leeches on social media. They just want attention. It's like any player that puts a Swansea shirt on, we back them. But like any fan, you're like, fucking come on, we just want that signing to make us purr. We want that Meet You fucking signing. Yeah. You know,
it's not the same. I'm telling you, football's different, man.
This now, right, is something. I buy a shirt every season, right, and I'd still have old players on my shirt before I'd have a new fucking player, because there's not one player in the Swansea side I'd have on my shirt at the moment. I'd rather have fucking Lee Trundle on it, Andy Robinson on it, fucking Akinfenwa on it. I'd rather have Roger Freestone on my shirt.
You had Akinfenwa?
No, but I'm just giving fucking examples, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's like...
Well, you was naming Swansea players until Akinfenwa came in.
What I'm trying to say is, we just want that one excite. Like, when you sign Fowler, fuck me, it's gone crazy. Everybody wants Fowler on his shirt. They want Hasselbank on his shirt. You know, all the youngsters now around Swansea, when they have in the staffies or what have you, Meet You and stuff like that. Well,
the dog's called Meet You, yeah.
And I'm not slating aside, because at the end of the day, you know, all the youngsters have probably got Ronald on the back of their shirt now, which has been all right for us. But, you know, I'd still have like Routledge on the back of my top or something like that. Like, you know, people are...
And that's saying something.
You know, I'm not being funny. It's like, I still watch fucking Trundle play now and again. And I'm thinking, fuck me.
You do a better job.
Ball, he'd still bang in the fucking goals because he knows where the net is. You know, it's the same as Andy Robinson and them. They all love the badge. You know?
Yeah.
Because when someone who loves the fucking badge.
This is what I wanted to talk about, because we spoke to with Chops. 1927, FA Cup, Cardiff, you know, probably most of the players were from Cardiff.
Yeah.
Same as Swansea. Yeah, that's how it goes, isn't it? Even 20, 30 years ago, there would be at least, especially when you're obviously lower down, it just shows the quality of our homegrown talent, clearly. But, you know, let's talk about 15 years ago. We had Ramsey, Ledley, and a few others.
Yeah, you had some.
Yeah, who were quality from the area. 30 years ago, you'd have even more. I think the big difference for Swansea when you beat us last, you know, was having your homegrown boy. You actually scored the winner. But a lot of these players who are not from the area, it's just a fucking transfer, right? It's like having a drug worker who doesn't really care about drug people with addiction. They haven't got no lived experience. None of their family members have been addicted to drugs. It's just a job to them. They're going to be shit at it. They're not going to be really passionate about it. I'm not saying they're bad at it, but they're not passionate about it. It's the same with the football club. Like, if you haven't got anyone here who's local, they're not really going to know. And even having one player makes a difference. But what I'm trying to say is, I think I would rather, right, have one of my mates, right, who's a decent footballer, might be on the... I'd rather him play, right, for Cardiff, who's a local boy, than just some random foreign... I don't want to say foreigner. A random geezer who's not from here, who's just an average player anyway.
Yeah. Listen, whatever happens, like you say on Sunday, I'm looking forward to the game, and I'm coming away from the family stand and I'm in there with some of the boys. Like I said, since I started doing the old TikTok and stuff, fuck me, the love I get from Cardiff fans is great. And like you said, all the Swansea boys, all the youngsters. So now I've got time on my hands. I'm definitely going to go to more games, get involved more. I mentioned to a load of the boys I'd do away trips, because obviously years ago I used to work away. I had commitments and stuff, right? And now I got a lot more time on my hands. So,
yeah,
you know, I want to get more involved, like, obviously.
And quickly, just on the Trundle thing, I was in Liverpool doing a talk a couple of months ago, and some scouser was staring at me out and he tapped me on the back, and he was looking at me. He was a big lad, Bob on my dap. And he went, you know that podcaster, didn't you, lad? I was like, yeah. He's like, what's your name? He was like, my name's Jack, bro. Jack Trundle. I'm Lee Trundle's cousin. I was like, fucking hell. He looked like him as well.
Yeah.
I tried to put the photo
like him?
Yeah, doubt it. But like I said, he said, why didn't you get him on the podcast, lad? And I said, mate, I fucking tried. I'd love to have Lee on the podcast. Like, literally, I'm a Cardiff boy through and through, and when it comes to football, fuck the Jacks. It is what it is. And you say the same about the Bluebirds. Yeah. But I'd still love to get a guy on the podcast. Like, do you know what I mean?
I get like Cardiff fans message me on TikTok saying, I'll give you money if you do the Alatola and stuff. Fuck off, I don't need money. I'd never do that.
Did you see the Bellamy thing when he was playing for Man City and a Rangers, he was walking off the bus and a Rangers fan said, oh, can you sign my top for me? And he went, get away, mate. And he played for Celtic on loan for a couple of weeks, 5 years before that. Yeah. Fair play, like, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, that's what it's all about, like, do you know what I mean? The passion there, for, like, then that's what we need with Bellamy now.
Well, that's what I mean, and I think that's what Bellamy will take. He'll take no shit on the training ground, and you need, like now, you've got to nurse players. It's like, he'll walk up to somebody and say, mate, 30 million, fuck me, you can't kick a tin, you can't. You know, you need to pull him to the side, give him a fucking good shake, and just say, mate, pull your fucking head out your fucking ass. You know what I mean?
And sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, because that's the thing in Premier League, you know, like, I'm a massive Roy Keane fan. Obviously, my nickname's KEANO through Roy Keane.
Is that what it's from?
Yeah, apparently years ago I used to look like him. Now
I could see it a little bit.
Now I'm just fucking fat and old.
But I can see the early 2000 Keane.
You know, like Roy Keane said years ago, he said, fuck me, if so-and-so's worth like 100 million now, what would Ryan Giggs have been worth? You know what I mean? And people like that, how much would them players be worth? Because he'd run fucking rings around people. They would, though, wouldn't he? You know, you try to, you know, as a Man United fan in the 90s, come imagine what they're like now. You know, when you had that 99 team, it was fucking...
Yeah, I can imagine Keane, like, fucking hell, how much is he? I wonder how much Beckham would be worth now.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's the same as what he said about Pogba. You know, I like listening to Keane, and I like listening, you know, when he looks at Carragher like that and stuff like that, you know, they all lovely football, they're passionate, like, and they got a point, don't they?
Oh, definitely.
Like, you buy someone for 100 million, fuck me. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And I don't even think that can buy a football. Like, you're not going to buy any more quality off someone after a certain cap, I think. You know, if he's 50 mil, he's 50 mil. Like, he ain't going to get any better.
Right. Well, probably my favourite player of all time is probably Maradona, right? How much would he be worth?
Oh, mate.
That's just unbelievable.
Well, they would say he's Messi money, wouldn't he? But
I think he's better than Messi, personally. You know, I think he's probably the best player to ever lived, Maradona. That's my opinion, like, you know.
Yeah, no.
And I've only ever seen clips of him, so I've never seen him play real, obviously. But everything I've seen, fuck me, the way he kicks that ball up and he brings it down.
Oh,
a bit like Trundle, he is.
No, do you know what? I'll never forget growing up watching Soccer AM on a Saturday morning.
Lee Trundle was Soccer AM.
Every week he'd be on there.
He was Soccer AM. Soccer,
No, it was Tim Lovejoy, mate. He looked a bit like Tim, Tim Lovejoy. He looks a bit like Trundle, but it wasn't him. Well, but he was on the show, but he was there every week.
He was on it every week.
They probably started it because of him. Remember that goal? Was it Port Talbot he played for, was it, as well?
He's played for loads of clubs. He's with Travail now, isn't he? But what goal did he want about? The one when he turned over his shoulder in the top corner?
Yeah,
we're talking about the one where he's rolled it over his neck. There's so many.
Oh, he would tell he loves him. Like,
I can't say I love him. I just love
football. Your tongue out of his bum.
I mean, fucking him, yeah. No, at the end of the day, I just love football.
Yeah.
And
no, I know.
You know, and like I said, when Chopra was here earlier, you know, he was a fucking great player for Cardiff City.
Yeah.
Boothroyd, you had a great side, Kavanagh.
Yeah.
Bellamy, you know, you did have a class side. And even when you're bringing in older players, the signings like Hasselbank and Fowler.
Yeah, we
never done anything like that. We never done anything like that with Swansea. You know, we never brought in like a Premier League legend or everyone wanted the fucking the shirt.
And let's talk about like Malky Mackay. This is going back. This is talking about how things are now and how it's crept in.
Yeah,
like the Malky Mackay thing. Like they said he was being racist. I spoke to Bellamy about it, and like I've heard a different story, and it was more of an entrapment thing, just looking for anything to get rid of him. But I was gutted to see him go. And the other thing with Bellamy as well, when the thing came out about the bullying.
Yeah.
Now I hear that, knowing the times we live in, I don't think he was bullying any kids, mate. I think the kid just got offended because Bellamy said you shit.
The problem is, right, well, we, at my age, I don't know how old you are, I'm obviously 44.
I'm younger.
But the problem is, what is bullying these days? Because you can't say anything to anyone.
Yeah, no. You could just imagine what Bellamy was saying, innit?
Yeah, but what you got to realise is what is bullying. Because if I said to you, "No, you fat cunt," to me, no, but back in the day, that's what we used to say to each other. We say, "Oh, you fucking dwarf." People get offended by that. I've been called a fucking dwarf all my life, so I don't give a fuck.
I know.
But I'm a fat, grey old dwarf now, you know what I mean?
It is just pathetic. And everything else that goes in with it, and I think that's what we should really talk on, really.
And like I say, another thing is like playing football now, you go, come on, you fucking twat, get up there. You can't say nothing like that.
They'll put a fucking complaint in against you, and you'll have 10 people on the side of the pitch saying it as well. They'll complain for you. You'll call someone a fat twat on the pitch, get up, you fat twat. He won't complain. He's not even offended by it. The people on the sideline are. That's the problem.
No, the world's just fucked, mate. The world's just...
Well... Yeah, listen, we haven't even really let anyone know really who the fuck KEANO is. So KEANO, right, is just your average, bang average chap, British, well, you class
British Welsh, yeah.
British Welsh, because he's very proud of that. Just the average Joe, like, just likes to have a little session, work hard, have a session on the weekend. But he's taken off on TikTok as well, and he's got a massive following, and he's really funny, and he's just honest and a really nice guy. So that's who KEANO is, yeah? Going back now to... I had to let him know. They're like, who the fuck?
Well, we're just waffling on about the football. We could talk about it.
Exactly. Well, our podcasts normally are like, let's find out everything. But I just want us to flow, man. I'm enjoying it, like, do you know what I mean?
Like I said, probably... I started doing kind of social media through like a nutrition company and co-owner called Fireball Labs, and I've had party sessions over the years, and I kind of wound it down, got into training, and then a good friend of mine died. I don't want to mention names or anything, but when he passed away and that, he always used to say, come to Ibiza me party, and then it was a place, to be honest, I never fancied going, because I know it's always a beautiful day for a Class A, and I just know what I like. And so... That's
your saying, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one of my sayings.
Have you got any others?
Well, I don't... When you put me on the spot, it's more, it kind of rolls up.
Who's that one guy? Get back, Shadrach.
That's Gavino, and he's...
Yeah, he makes me cringe with him, like, though, mate. Like, I don't know why. Like, I don't want to bad mouth him. He's probably a lovely guy. Makes me cringe a little bit, like, but I think when you do it, it's more subtle and
I don't know, a bit
more genuine.
To be honest, I've spoke to Gavino once or twice. He's a sound enough guy. Everybody got their own wing on things. It's like I never intended to have a wing on anything. It was like the whole initial video I done. There was no hashtags, no nothing on it, because I get tagged into so many things with like bodybuilders, this and that, and I used to share it on stories for Fireball Labs. When I went to Ibiza, I had one TikTok account made up. I think I had like 10 followers at the time, and it was like for Fireball. And then I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll do a video now. Now I don't train anymore after my accident and stuff. I just put it on there. There was just me in Ocean Beach. Someone said, oh, Keen doing any coke, doing any this and that. And I said, coke's not my cup of tea. I'm more of a Mandy kind of guy, you know. And I was like, if you can get me Mandy or some pills, I'll do that. Like, so, and then I'll do a video for some of the older boys I used to go partying and clubbing with, you know, to show them, because obviously for quite a long period of time, I was clean. I didn't do any drugs. And I went to Ocean Beach, chucked the camera on, said, right, I've got 2 blue Punishers beer. Apparently, if I drop 2 of these on the head, I'm going to play like Maradona. Well, I didn't think any on of it. I done it, put it up on the TikTok, put the phone down, just party, like, as you do. You know, we had a table, so I just wanted to make sure I was going to drink the money's worth that we paid for the fucking table. So, as it went on, I was right off my cunt. and I had a fantastic time. And then I thought to myself, fuck me, I can't believe I give up like ecstasy and partying for so long, because, you know, what everyone says about me or says about partying, I love it. And I turned my phone on the next day. I thought it was broke because it wouldn't stop fucking shaking. And obviously the video had gone viral. I think altogether it went over to 1 million views kind of rapidly.
That's wicked. That's what's good about TikTok.
And then everything I posted that week, like I was doing a pill review on different like pills I was taking, because obviously pills were different back in the day when I used to take them. And obviously people used to ask me what's the best things for a come down, and I always used to eat fruit. People are different. They can eat when they party, and I could never eat. I'd always chew the inside of my mouth off. But I just always used to say, you know, get the fruit down here, quick smoothie and back on it. Like, you never want the good times to end. And that's all it is. Yeah. And then obviously my account got closed down. I think it went up to just under 1 million followers in a couple of weeks. But then obviously
1 million followers in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. And then it got closed down. Now obviously the content I do is, in my eyes, fucking boring, because I'm not allowed to speak what I want to speak about. I put multiple videos up of what I think about today's times that rapidly get through.
They get shut down too.
Yeah, and it gets shut down. So
because what you've got is you've got TikTok, you've got the AI on there who will do it, and then you also got weirdos. As soon as they get offended, they'll just harassment, bullying, or hate speech, and the
problem is
it goes down.
No, the problem is, right, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm like every single person, just a normal guy. Don't think I'm anyone. I speak to anyone, and everyone knows that on social media. Everybody who message me, whether it's good or bad, I always get back to them, and I always do. When as it's growing now, I get a lot more messages, so it takes a lot more time, but I'll get back to everyone. And what I found out was, you know, sometimes the closest people to you are the worst people to know, because it's a jealousy kind of thing. When you get offered certain things of people, and then it's like people who don't even know will come on to you and say, "Oh, I spoke to so-and-so and they're talking about you." I don't get it. Like,
I don't want to know that. If they're
but that's what I mean. This is what I'm saying. People, you think people are your mates, and then they're not. And it's like, I don't really give a fuck what people think of me, because I've got my friends who've always been there, and they're the only ones that matter. And that's the thing about social media. Social media is a platform you can talk absolute shit on, because you're not even allowed to say what you want to say. If so, my social media probably be up there.
If we could say what we want to say and be freely, we'd have a massive following. Exactly. Even we would.
Exactly, mate.
We try to push it a little bit and get people on we shouldn't have, and that's clearly shown it's helped. And that's not because we agree with them. We've still got to say that for some weird reason. Like, people should be allowed to interview people and not be their mates. But and that's what's sad. And that's why Andrew Tate has done so well. Andrew Tate is not this very, very special individual, you know, unique. He's just 20 years ago, he would just blend in with any other average man. It's just, he just says what people think. And the only reason why these other bang average men don't say it is because they're in jobs they're tied into that they can't fucking say it because they get sacked.
Exactly.
It's a shame.
Exactly.
Before we go in more of that, just one story off you went viral. Tell us what happened with the Oasis gig.
Madness.
Gallagher. Oh, Madness.
Madness it was.
Tell us what happened.
Basically, my mum died cancer when I was, she was fairly young, dying, and I've always been into my music, and that's even the rave scene. Even though my old girl's not a raver, but I just love the music. The drugs just come part and parcel with certain events, but I've always listened to Madness, and it reminds me of my mum and stuff. So I've gone to Cardiff, as you call it. A load of boys go, "Kinos up in the carpet now," as the boys would say. So I'm sitting there with company, and then I sees a guy, he's fucking off it, and I says, "What have you got in, son?" And he says, "Oh, I got some mushrooms and I got some Mandy." I said, "Well, I'm always looking for a date with Mandy, so basically I've just gone mad with it on the Mandy, or the Madness come." Said, "I don't know why, but you can never turn Mandy down when it's available, you know what I mean? She's a good old girl, old Mandy." So I've just partied hard, and I've just wandered the streets, and then couldn't find my hotel kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's just one of them. I put a TikTok up saying, in fact, can't find my hotel. And then I just kind of went around, seen a couple of tramps. I was going back and forth on a scooter, partied a little bit more really, and it kind of made Welsh news. It just goes to show how boring Wales is if they've got to fucking put that up.
I thought you fucking fell asleep at the venue in the castle.
Well, I didn't fall asleep at the venue. I was just off my cunt. And I'm just wandering around. It was like, I just thought it'd be more appropriate to say, oh, by the way, I dropped off to sleep, but I wasn't. I was just fucking...
But they made...
cold,
oh,
yeah.
my God. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I love your honesty on that one.
Well, it ain't that. Like I said, and that's the problem. Like, you know, it's like people think I got this massive addiction to drink and drugs when at the end of the day, I'm just one of the boys, and some people can drink me under the table, but, you know, I'll go with the best of them. As simple as that.
One thing that does my head in with Wales online as well is when they put stuff on and you go, fucking how is that? Then you find out it's in fucking Torbay or in America. It's fucking Wales online.
Another thing that pissed me off about Wales online, I was going to post about the cunts put up that people don't want dogs in pubs anymore. What kind of bullshit? What kind of fucking service?
Who said that?
Well, I took a clip of him, saved it on my phone, ready to do a TikTok when I was going to start TikToking again. Because I was fucking infuriated me because, like you say, I got a couple of rescue dogs and they're my life. I just love animals. So, you know, at the end of the day, a person that doesn't love an animal or a dog, a fucking cunt in my eyes.
Yeah, I don't have a dog. My missus does, but, you know, I've never been a fan of dogs, but I would never say that. That's fucking sad. Like, have your dog where you want it, as long as it ain't a fucking vicious killer.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. So, moving on. The climate we're living in, you was in the army.
When we say the army, I was in the army. I left when I went, obviously not long after school. All my mates joined the army. As I joined, you know, I probably got jailed more times than I was in there, even though I'd served in like Bosnia and stuff like that. I think they put me out. Yeah, I think they put me out in Bosnia because obviously I can't escape from it. I was just mad for the party, and we were based in Germany.
No conflict.
It's fuck all going on. The only conflict was a slot looking for a fucking drink out there. You know, it's, you know, it ain't the army like what it was like when I was, you know, currently, as in, you know, the war zones had been to, because Bosnia was a fucking peacemaking back when I was there.
But it was not to in Bosnia like before that.
But, you know, there's a few stories there. You know, I come back, I seen one or two of the mates from the valleys I knew. We had to go and pick a sergeant major up from somewhere. We haven't drunk for ages. We goes into a bar, starts drinking, and then my mate fucking ends up biting the sergeant major's nose. When we got back to Germany, when we all on like parade, ready to get our medals and stuff, nearly half the company got fucking jailed there. It's just a good laugh. Like, you know, it's like some people have seen proper stuff. I didn't see nothing. I was just too busy having a good time.
I did see a clip as well from like an experienced soldier, and he was talking about how I've had many battles, many conflict, many battles. I've never been to war, and none of us have. We World War II.
Like I said, most of my family have been in the forces. So it was one of them things that I had to do because not that I got forced into it, but I did. At the time, I didn't enjoy it. That's why I used to go AWOL all the time. I just used to be I just used to love going out partying.
What's that? So you just didn't... So it wasn't like I'm escaping the army. It was like I'm just staying out on a bender.
Well, I just go out to some party and never come back. And then they'd look for me. And I think, fuck, if I go back now... It's like... when I knew I was coming on to the show, I said to my mate, I said, fuck, they want me to say about some stories. And half the stories of it I couldn't tell because of family and different stuff like that. But it was like... you know, we used to be shagging some girl up in Glynneath. So we come back home. It was an holiday... going to Faliraki. It was £99. So me and him went in, booked it. It was £99 each. He said, do you want insurance? We looked at each other, fuck insurance. We said, we flew out to Faliraki, knocked on his bird's door that he was seeing. Obviously, they were partying. We got mad with it. I've never liked motorbikes. Every time I've been on one, I've come off one, always some fucking wrecked. But that holiday was the cheapest holiday I've ever had, and it took it months for my parents to pay the cunt off because obviously we hired a moped. I went out, started drinking fish bowls, ends up in some fucking party, shagging like fuck, doing loads of drugs as you do. On the way back, then we drive in a moped, some Pepsi vans going past. Victor Kent, he's kind of rammed us off the road thing. I've wrapped the scooter up. I'm walking around like a fucking zombie. My mate had my trainers on at the time, a pair of Nikes back in the day. He still hadn't paid me for the cunts. But, you know, it's just things that everyone normal does, you know. Nothing, there's lots of them kind of stories, you know. It's like whenever we used to get R&R, we come home, I'd never want to go home. So, you know, Neath back in the day was great for clubs and pubs. So we used to stay in a place called the Big Cam. My mate used to own it. Back in the days with the legendary songs like Blow Your Whistle and all that shit. Yeah, Blow Your Whistle, baby.
Yeah, class.
So it's like, I'd be fucking right off my nut on the old Mitsubishis and shit like that. And then it'd be like, well, it's time to go back to the army. Fuck that. There's only fucking, you know, I just want to stay home for another week. Like,
yeah.
And it's just, I think everyone's done that, you know. If they haven't, I don't think they've lived.
No, exactly. Have you, so clearly, so do you live by Cliddock?
It's not far from me. I'm currently living in Neath. Like,
we interviewed Di Morris's sister from the Cliddock Murders. Do you know the one I'm on about?
I've seen the documentary.
Oh, okay. What do you think of it? Who do you think he was innocent? Or?
I don't know. I don't know.
I was only said it. I know it's random. I just said it because obviously being local, I thought you might have, you know what locals are like. They hear things, don't they?
I thought Jimmy Savile was a great marathon runner. You know, it's like you never know, do you?
Yeah.
Like you say, one of these ones that you know, to this day, I know Jimmy Savile was a bit fucking creepy, but back in them days, didn't everybody do that kind of stuff? And I you know, I'm gonna get fucking abused for that, but back in them days, all the rock stars and everything were.
I don't know if they were all fucking dead bodies.
No, but Elvis Presley went with a minor. Fucking Jerry Lee Lewis went with a minor, didn't he? You know?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying
No, I know.
I'm just saying facts. You just can't get away with it these days because there's so much social media. You know what I mean?
What do you think of? Got to be careful what we say. Let's just call it the diet. What do you think of the recent diets going on?
Personally, Big Tommy, I like him a lot. Even if he weren't about, if it was someone like him about, I'd like it because facts are coming out. They're there in front of us. I seen the documentary, and everything in our documentary is just true.
Well, everyone's saying like that documentary, like he's made it up. But I don't. How can you make that up? How can you make up someone secretly on camera saying he was that guy?
Why would they try and jail him from doing something, making up? It's bullshit, man. Bullshit.
Yeah, and it must be sad seeing like basically you and I like to think myself. We're just bang average British citizens. Yeah, like. Yeah. They make out it's a minority thing or whatever, but and now you're far right for saying those things. Well, do you think you're far right?
I've always kind of voted. Fucking hell, I've always kind of voted BNP, and I've voted Reform, and not because I'm racist against anyone. I just want us to be like other countries that everything's done right, and it's the country's a fucking disgrace at the moment. It's embarrassing. At the end of the day, you know, we're proud British people or Welsh people, whatever you want to call yourself. I haven't got kids, so when I die, I'm gone. But you imagine now you've got kids with everything that's going on now.
I was having a baby.
You know, and, you know, I've got loads of, like, foreign friends. They're fantastic people. It's not them I'm talking about. I'm talking about do immigration properly. You know what I mean? Because people don't even know half the people that's coming in. I went away on a cruise. And I booked the cruise, COVID it, couldn't go on the cruise, paid 90% of it off. I lost my money on it because I had been a Cuba because Trump had changed the rules. Fuck me, I'm a good citizen. I'm ex-forces. I pay my taxes. I've got, you know.
Yeah, but you're not going to try and sneak in on a dinghy, though, are you?
But this is what I'm saying. It's like I've lost a lot of money by there.
Yeah.
But then fucking people are coming over seeking asylum. We don't even know who they are. I'm not far right. I'm far from it. At the end of the day, I love anyone who's got the time of day for me. I got the time of day for them. I'll have a pint with any man or any woman, and I'll help anyone. Loads of people would probably say, KEANO's a good guy. Whenever I see him when he's walking on the street, He always gives like homeless people money. I'll stop sometimes. I'll have a pint with people. And even when I went on tour, I've gone away and with the boys on the weekend, and there's two homeless people there, and they were asking for money for cans. I said, well, what's your problem? They've told me this story. I've gone, there we are. You know, enjoy your night. So the problem is people fucking see people and straight away they have think something of them. And I'm the one that, the only thing the problem I got is whatever seems to be happening now, if we speak, we far right, whereas other people get given a pathway and it's bullshit, like. Yeah. I really don't agree with it. You know, and like I said, I mentioned a few things on TikTok about Tommy, saying, you know, I believe he's right, and then they get banned. Whenever I've spoke about things, they get banned. So how can these social media be platforms where you can speak your mind? Because
you can't.
I got more strikes on my TikToks than fucking Babe Ruth. Honest to God. It's not that I want to lecture something. It's just me disappointed in the way things are, because, like you say, you know, back in the olden days, shit like this didn't happen. Now it's, you know, we've been taken over slowly, I think. I really do. And, you know, at the end of the day, I've got no problem with race or religion. I take people as I find them, but it just seems that we're getting fucking taken over very fucking quickly, and people are fucking blinded to it. Or they don't want to speak about it, and because we can't speak about it, it's happening. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Everyone's brainwashed in it as well, like people in their own little bubbles.
100%. 100%. Like,
I think they just want to bury their head in the sand. They probably know what's happening, but they think, oh my God, we're never going to overcome it.
I've got a personal plan. It's like in 2 years' time, something's happening with me and I'm gone. Like, I'm traveling Europe. You know, I'm going to give my little rescue dogs the best life I can. I'm going to blog my little journey around Europe. I'm going to spend downtime and just enjoy life, because I don't know if you guys kind of watch morning TV and that. I always watch like soccer, and I always put Sky Sports News on, so I can't watch.
I would never watch Good Morning Britain. It's corrupt as fuck.
Because when you watch normal TV, I end up arguing with the TV at 8:30 in the morning when I'm having a coffee.
It's like a different reality. Yeah. It's like they're just on a different planet.
You know, it's like the things that shouldn't be accepted in life now have been accepted, and normality has been fucking pushed aside. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, like on Monday, like you said, I had an attack on Monday, I'm out. I'm here now having a can of Stella. They'll be called a cunt, but I'll have a can of Stella because I want a fucking can of Stella. At the end of the day, I had an attack. It's like the old jabs with me, right? I was forced to have the jobs. I didn't want them. Me and my business partner put down quite a bit of money to exhibit in the Arnolds with our company. Yeah. And if we didn't, we'd lose our deposit because it's called natural causes, they put it down to. I really didn't want to. I swear down on my mum's grave, I didn't want it. People then call me an hypocrite because obviously over the years I used to abuse steroids pretty hard. And I'm going, yeah, but I wanted to put steroids in my body. You know what I mean?
I didn't want to put it.
I didn't want to put this shit in me. You know, if someone had said back in the bodybuilding day when I used to like training, you know, Ramarin and you get you big, I'll say, jab me up, son. Yeah. Right? I didn't want it. And ever since then, I've struggled with my breathing. And I've only ever put content of me partying on TikTok because I like to see people having a good time. I enjoy that, you know? And then, obviously, whatever happens to me now will be related to he enjoys a drink, he loves a Class A or what have you. You know what I mean? Whereas the truth is it, 90% of people are probably worse off from what I am because I still eat fairly healthy. I walk fucking miles and miles and miles. I get my fitness in. Yeah. I choose to party, but I can go without it. Like I'm having a Stella now because I want one. Then I'm not an alky or a fucking junkie, like, you know, I can go without. But I've had this problem since I've had the
people calling you an alky?
No, it's just the fucking keyboard warriors, isn't it? It's like, obviously, when I put up, I said, guys, I haven't responded. My phone is pretty busy, like, you know. And then you've said, Bags, Mandy, this, no. And then COVID jabs. Oh, yeah, it's the COVID jabs, it's not. So I've never had a cough before until I had the jabs and I can't stop coughing. That's all I ever do is cough. And it's
Crazy.
like...
What's next now? MP.
And then it's like you say, I find it hard to breathe a lot. And then people say, oh, because you get on it. Fuck me. People have been getting on it since I was fucking born and they've been fine. I blame it on the jobs, personally. You know, like I said, if I went 10 years now...
If you go back in time, you wouldn't have them in.
100% no. 100%. I only had 2. I started having a cough after the first one.
A lot of people didn't get the third, did they?
I started having this cough that I got now after my first job. The second job, I was feeling lethargic and tired constantly.
Yeah.
And dizzy. And like you say, I get spells of that all the time. Don't get me wrong, I suppose when I go out on mad sessions, it doesn't help. But that ain't the cause of things. 100% no.
Yeah. It's crazy, mate. It is really sad. What are you doing? So do you want to shout out your sponsors and that?
Yeah, as you're going to see, I got like one of the new Terrace Cult jackets on. Brilliant guys, Manchester based. Feel like yourself with Weaker Fenders, a casual brand. Yeah. Not that I'm a casual, but I just love the clobber.
You're a casual then?
No, but I just love the brand.
They got some wicked...
The badge originally for there, the Terrace Cult badge was originally the Man City first ever badge, but also because I'm a Neath, I like Neath.
Yes.
I started wearing the badge. I kind of met one of the owners when I was sponsoring someone at a bare knuckle fight, and we've been friends ever since. And to be fair, the guys are absolutely fantastic to me. If anybody wants any Terrace Cult, it's KEANO 20. But they're a massive brand. They're brilliant. I love them.
Can't fault it, mate. Can't fault it.
And like I got to say about the Weekend Offender, love the brand, guys. You know, it's like I started wearing.
Yeah, lovely to be fair.
I started wearing it more so because I got a load of Stone Island, and I used to rock up at like pubs on match day. Everyone's went Stone Island, CD.
It's got to be a different,
and I just thought, you know, this is different at the time. Started wearing it. It's a lot more popular now, and it's flying. And like you say, it's good quality clobber at a decent price, mate.
Yeah, well, Weekend Offender, it's not a Welsh brand, I'd say, because they're everywhere, but they're Welsh boys, you know, so it's...
You just got to wear what you like, you know?
Yeah. So, well, Keen, it's been lovely having you here, man.
Fantastic,
it flies by these podcasts.
It feels like 5 minutes, mate.
I know,
go on
I know. And we could, and we will. We'll come back again. We're going to be looking at within the new studio now. After I get back, we're going to be doing some big things. So it'd be nice to have you down because I think you add that element. And I think we'll bring a lot of other viewers in, especially the Swansea lot. You know, I want people to watch it from all over Wales. You know,
no problem.
So, tell you what we do, and maybe this could be relevant with, you know, what's happened to you recently. But we leave with a positive message down that camera to our guests. If you could take it away.
The old Tik Tok, old KEANO, yeah? You know the score. It's beautiful day for a Class A, but don't be like me. Stay clean. Be like Keen.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Off the tongue, man.
Got him.
I hope you enjoyed this podcast, guys. Go and follow KEANO on TikTok at KEANO, KEANO. I think he's on Instagram and everything else as well.
Yeah.
Give him a follow. Make sure you go and check out Weekend Offender for your clothing and do the same for Terrace Cult. All right? Stay central. Bluebirds.